We are back here at Formula Drift at Road Atlanta, of course, and we got another friendly face, or familiar face,
Yep.
from way back in the day
Long
again.
time.
That was actually the first year we even did the podcast and stuff.
Yeah, down in Florida,
Yeah, Matt Shulman,
we're here.
how are we doing so far?
I feel really good that I'm actually here driving Formula Drift, finally after chasing it for so long, and I'm very lucky to be here.
How many years in Pro-Am was it?
I did only 2 years in Pro-Am, but I've been involved in the pro scene, working on teams and stuff for like since 2018 or 19. So I have a lot of experience on like every position on a race team, and now the main boss position as a driver is what we're doing. So yeah.
A little flip the script there for you.
Pretty much.
Tell me about the journey, because obviously,
Yeah.
you know, like you mentioned, doing all the other sides of a race team and all sorts of stuff. What was a key part of that journey that really progressed you to this point?
Messing up,
Really?
like messing up and learning the penalty of messing up, or on a team or whatever you want to call it. Basically, like, by your mistakes, you learn by your mistakes, and that's the way I've lived my life. And with mistakes and learning my mistakes, and then also learning the ins and outs of every position and how this sport actually works in the pro scene. And every area of it is the most important thing. Having a general understanding, I think, is the most important aspect of this before you come here. If you come here blind, you can have an okay time or a really bad time. You can also do well, but having a general idea of every inch has helped me majorly to get here. So
you're probably one of the most mentally prepared, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, but also I thought I was, and then like I don't get nervous, and I wasn't nervous, but like, dude, my heart rate would not go down at all on grid. Like I wasn't even scared.
What do you think? Why?
I don't know. I was trying to like do breathing exercises and like just calm myself down in the car. But no matter what I did, my heart rate was just like bass booming in my chest. And like when I go drive, it goes away. But after the first lap, you go back for a chase, your heart rate
spikes again.
Yeah, so it's like really, that's the thing I wasn't having a hard time with, but I need to understand how to calm that part down. But it's a lot, man. It's cool, but it's what I expected, but also not. As in, like, we need more practice. They're not going to do it, but like, I understand we got to throw down, like, because we're pro drivers now. But like, I think the show would be a lot better for pro and ProSpec if we had some more practice. Maybe an extra hour each session would make the driving astronomically better on both sides, I would say.
Do you think an extra hour would actually help, though?
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like it's a lot of just not bad driving, but mistakes that happen that cause a lot of track time to go away.
Dude, like the first practice this year, because of the weather, I think it got delayed like 15 to 25 minutes. That's a long time, and they didn't adjust it, so we lost that time, and it was raining. So by the time we got back up for the second practice, the whole track was patchy. And first laps in a ProSpec field with a patchy track can result in crashes and wrecks, and that delays it even more. So I got 1 wet lap, 2 dry laps before the Battle of Sean. And then yeah.
At least you got a dry lap before. That helps a lot.
Yeah, I was going to be really upset if I didn't get a dry lap.
Yeah. And this is your first time ever driving this track.
I drove it in 2018, the last year of grid life, but not the same layout, the grid life layout. But I had done the entry, but that was so long ago, and the car was a missile at like 300 horsepower back then. Now it's the same chassis, but a pro car with 900 horsepower. So it's like a crazy journey. And I wanted to bring my OG car that I learned in with 5-6 different versions of my career to bring to FD and like do a few seasons in it and then build a new car. So that goal was achieved.
I honestly think that's a very important detail that a lot of people look over, because I was talking about this with someone like yesterday, literally, how Pro-Am drivers, once they get their license, they want to, for some reason, say, scrap this chassis and build a new one.
I've seen it every time.
Why?
Never works. Because they weren't here like most people that work in FD were. Like they see the failure points, they see the weak points. Well, sorry, I see the weak points, I saw the failure points. If you're not here, you don't know any better, and you just guess. And, it can work. Like, for example, Tommy Lemire was an S chassis in ProSpec. Then he built the vet, he came to pro, and he does very well. It's not impossible. It depends on how prepared you are as a driver and your program and team. but I wouldn't do it.
No, likely coming into it, you're not going to have the budget to go out and get a ton of seat time in the car beforehand.
Yeah, build a whole new car and fund a season. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I made major improvements to my car, which was very expensive. Luckily, I have partners that take care of most of it. But that plus paying for the season, it's a lot of money. If you can do it, do it. I mean, sure, but you know, I made a lot of changes in my car this year, but I also knew there were changes that wouldn't hurt me. It would just help me. And that's what happened. So,
well, before we go into a bunch of the changes and stuff, and especially how this has gone so far for your first event, tell me a little bit about the differences that you're noticing just up front between FD ProSpec and ProAm.
I was talking to Reese, one of the judges, and he's like, "No ProAm prepares you for this kind of track, this level of this event and series. Like, you'll have an idea, but you're gonna have a rude awakening when you get here." And I was pretty prepared. I didn't have a rude awakening, but it was definitely like, okay, it's a little bit more turned up than I thought it would be.
In what way, though? Like, what do you mean by that?
You got to be on it, especially with the Wally system. Now they have that as reference, and there's not as many quote-unquote loopholes. And having experience, like, I know what to do, what not to do again, but, you know, the chasing here is very hard. That definitely caught me off guard. This when the car makes a lot of smoke, like, I've driven in smoke for years, but here's kind of a different ball game in my opinion. And this track's really hard because you're going back down the hill driving your smoke again with more smoke. And in ProSpec, it's either someone that knows they're on their stuff in their lead line or someone that's not. And I can drive through the smoke, but I don't know what's going to be there after it. So I could total my car, I could damage the car, I could, you know, end the weekend on a guess. And in the smoke, you almost have to guess and learn from muscle memory. And yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. And again, like ProAm, there's not as many eyes on you. Here you're in front of thousands of people get the pressure on them. But the biggest eye opener again is just like being prepared in every aspect, because in 1 second, one lap, your whole weekend can be gone, or you got lots of work to do. Like Simon Olsen blew a motor and then got rear-ended. And they had to swap a motor and fix the whole car in a few hours and get it back out there, or his weekend was gone. So
they did it.
They did.
Somehow.
Hats off to them. They have a team that can handle that, and that's what you have to do. If you come in here with no team, it's worthless. It's worthless.
Yeah.
100%.
So now that you've noticed some of that stuff, what would be your advice to a driver or a Pro-Am that could better prepare them?
It's a hard question. Just build your self-confidence. Like, have the self-confidence and have confidence in yourself, your team, and everything. If there's one blip of like, you're gonna get in your head. And I will admit that kind of happens to me, because like, literally, like, I forget I can drive. I forget I can drive sometimes. And I do get the first time over with, and I'm like, all right, we're good. Like, I get that much in my head as in like that. But like, once you go down the hill or start off the start line, it all goes away, to be honest. There's no time to think about that. You just got to do your job.
Yeah. Well, going into your own stuff, let's talk about how it was attempting that first lap. Is there any details on the car to prepare for that first lap, or like what was going through your head?
So I had a wet first lap. Well, patchy wet first track. What most people do, we just go down a gear. Like, so we're in fourth gear at 100 and something mile an hour, but we go down for like third gear at like 80 to 90 something mile an hour, something in that area. And then depending on the track, we soften the shocks a little bit and go. But first lap, like, nerves and stuff, like, I wasn't really nervous. I just wanted to get it over with. And I was also really excited. Like, I was super excited. I've always wanted to bomb down that hill and see all the Formula Drift branding. So it was like a really big dream come true. And my first lap was really good for Apache track. So the fact that I laid a really good rundown off rip really built my confidence. So immediately built the confidence to go and keep going and do my best. So
who did you run with on that first lap?
I was leading, actually, and then it was basically everybody's first lap at that time. So there was like gaps. I forget who was chasing me. I forget who it was. But my first chase lap, I went with Louis Lons. He had a mistake and I hit him pretty good. But then we got redemption on accident and drove again. And I think I did probably the best chase out of any of the ProSpec guys this weekend, even in comp. Not to toot my horn, but I think I had one of the best chase runs of the whole weekend in practice. But and that's why I got disappointed in my comp, because I know I can be there, but I had a problem with the car and main comp, and then 32 there was just mistakes on my part and other drivers' parts that kind of hurts each other. But my leads were all pretty damn good.
So would you have focused more on the chase runs in practice then, since your leads were so well?
You gotta be smart with it, because so say we have 20 minutes left to practice and the lead line's way back. It's like, you're probably not gonna get a lead lap, but if you get a chase lap, you can get that, or vice versa. So you gotta have like the strategy of that, of getting your laps. And I did some chasing as well, but yeah, like you gotta play it smart so you get a lap. But I chased, I think twice. No, I chased one time each practice, I think. Yeah, but you gotta get that.
So both, it was what? How many laps total?
On Thursday I had 3 before the battle and seating, and then yesterday I had 2. 3? I think it was 3 and 3. I think it was 3 and 3. Yeah, I had a total of 6 laps. I've had on the sticker on the door, I have a total of 6 laps before actual comp. So I got 10 laps this weekend total.
Holy
Wait, no.
cow.
12.
That's got to be miserable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say, the ProSpec field seems a lot better
100%.
this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Than it has been, at least the past few years.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fucking rough.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because of a lot of the brand new faces?
Yeah, for sure.
Seeing?
I think ProSpec needed a big wake up call, as in like a change for drivers and people that should be there, because these spots are hard to get, and I was lucky enough to get one. But I proved myself to get to that point, and I think having new drivers and new faces can be a positive and a negative, you know, depending on their driving or what happens. But yeah, the field this year is definitely stacked compared to I think ever, and it definitely shows for sure.
Well, I would say you have a weapon of a car, so you're probably one of the menaces to be looking out for.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that is on your radar on the ProSpec side that is probably going to be a hard challenge this year?
I think everybody's pretty equaled out. My good friend Corey won 2 years in a row. He's been in ProSpec for 6 years, so he has all the experience, and that experience is what really definitely gets him on the box. Dustin Farrell from West Coast, he's a really good driver. Obviously Sean too. I mean, that Braden kid, the young kid, he's very good. Again, like a lot of the new drivers are all heater drivers. And I'm sorry if I'm not mentioning people that are great. I'm trying to remember everybody's name right now. But even the drivers that are already there was definitely some heaters too. Yeah. But yeah, like it's stacked. But at the same time, there's a lot of wild cards. Like I said, like you can go through the smoke and they'll be backwards, and there's your weekend. You know, so that's the thing he has to mentally get over. And I was talking to a few drivers, and they're like, just unfortunately, you're just gonna have to hit them. And I'm like, you're not wrong.
So at least contact's more allowed now.
Yeah.
It's more in good graces. So
yeah. So you just got to get through that mental, I guess, block or worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
did you have to adapt your driving to a different way coming from ProAm to ProSpec in any way?
Not really. It's more of with the Wally, they're not using it to judge us, using it as reference, but like they still have that there. So you basically have to be on it at all times and not do the wrong things in the wrong areas, because now they will 100% know every single little detail of what's going on. And that could be the
give an example of something you could get away with in ProAm that you can't quite here.
I mean, you can still get away with some things here. You just got to play it properly. But I'm not that kind of person. But in ProAm, like, it's not as strict, so getting away with this is basically like an accident, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll know here, but in ProAm, most of the ProAms aren't as like locked in, strictly looking at you than here. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically an accident if you get away with it, or if you really know, oh, they're not noticing this, or oh, I didn't feel this zone perfectly, that kind of thing. I think
it eliminates a lot of the argumentative factor
or
between everyone and the bias shit. Yeah,
exactly.
It just makes everything a direct, which is almost like kind of what I've asked for a long time. Make it more like skating, where there's a designated point system to this designated trick and all that stuff.
No, in the drivers meeting in ProSpec, they went over a lot of the new updates for the Wally stuff. Like, it honestly blew my mind. Like the stuff that they have now and the data. Like basically, like for example, okay, all the data is public for all the teams, for Pro and ProSpec. So if I want to go see James Dean's run, I can go watch it. I can see his throttle inputs. I can see where he slows down. I can see the angle. I can see the line and take note of that. And I can add my run to the same exact run and see where I'm at and see where he's at. And just like get data there and get examples of what to do, what not to do, and define success. So that's the coolest thing I saw. And I also really liked one thing they showed us was they have a mimic graph, as in like in tandem, when the chase car is tandeming with the lead car, if their timing is good, they can put that on the graph. So if it's like, say, mimic, proximity of timing, it's green. If it's like the chase car is a little delayed, not matching the transitions, it's like yellow. If they're really, really off, it's red. And I love that because I'm really, really big on transition timing with me. I get really mad if I don't nail it. So I thought that really got me excited. That stuff like that is really cool. And there's so many things that thing can do that no one knows about. I don't even know half the stuff that it can do.
You would never be able to get that level of detail on transition timing ever.
Never. And it's so freaking sick. Like once they really get it perfect, and it probably is close to perfect, but like once they get it like in, like man.
What do you mean by perfect though? Like what's the stipulation? Because I've heard people say like, the measurements of the car are a little off and
Well, I heard they let the teams measure their own cars in pro. That's a problem. That should never happen.
I would agree with that.
And then I heard they weren't gonna remeasure the cars, which they 100% should. No doubt. Sorry. They measured ours in ProSpec. We didn't even know we were getting Wally until we got the tech. No one knew.
Huh.
I had no idea. No one told anybody.
That's crazy.
Maybe I just didn't know, but I don't think anybody knew, to be honest. But yeah, but once I saw that, I was like, yes, good. But I knew they weren't gonna use it to judge us, just for reference, if they have to use it. But again, like that should have been in drifting years ago. Well, in FD, sorry, years ago. It's been in drifting for a while now, but like in FD a long time ago. And again, like it's technology. You can really do anything. It's amazing.
So measurements would be like the stipulation to that.
Yeah,
you would say
they gotta get that perfect because, I mean, I'm not gonna call anybody cheaters, but there's definitely people that definitely work the system.
Yeah.
And
well,
that
as far
could be
as like
problem.
line and angle and all,
the width of the bumpers. If it's wrong, if the measurements are wrong, you could be deeper than you think, or the system will think you're deeper or shallow or whatever.
True. Yeah.
So that can be a problem.
Well, I think it was Derek. Derek told me they measured from front to rear and side to side.
Correct.
Why wouldn't there be a diagonal?
I thought the same thing too. Yeah.
Because we're more on each corner of the car rather than front to rear.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll make changes at some point with that. But also they showed us too in the meeting. It shows like, okay, like the car's line, it paints a line through the system. It shows it. Well, they also have now. It's like the solid line. Say it's blue. It's the bumper width of the car, and then say they have the tire lines of the tires. And that's like a red. So you can see where the tire is, you can see where the bumper is. So it knows exactly where you're at. And you can see data on everybody and yourself. So it's a really amazing tool they brought to Formula Drift now. So
wild.
Yeah.
So how different is seating compared to like doing something like qualifying? Weren't you doing qualifying in Pro-Am?
No, we did seating there too.
Oh, y'all did seating. Okay.
We did seating there too, which I like because it prepared us to learn how seating works. Because even now in the series I ran last year, they're contemplating on doing qualifying and then coming to FD and doing seating, which is pretty stupid to me, even though I don't like seating. Like I would want, for example, like if it's seating in ProSpec, I want seating in Pro-Am. If it's qualifying in ProSpec, I want qualifying in Pro-Am. That's how it should be. Yeah, I mean, seating, I wish they did qualifying for both because now, okay, a new fan comes in. They see seating in ProSpec, and they go, okay, I see how this works. And they come today and they see yesterday, or whatever day pro qualifying was, and they're like, wait, why is this different than that? How do you explain that? I think it all should be the same, but their argument was more tandem practice or more tandem whatever for ProSpec to get them better, which is sure. Well, screw that, just give us 2 hours more total of practice. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have that than do seating. And I can do seating, qualifying all day. I love doing stick lead wraps, putting on a show.
Yeah.
Of course, chasing too, but like,
I think it's good for the spectators to be able to see that the ProSpec guys can put down a solid, good-looking lap by themselves.
100%. And for branding, for sponsors, for the driver, for the car, the noises, you can hear the one car, see how it performs. It showcases you, your whole program. You're distracted when there's two cars going, in a way. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You got at least some seat time in a sense on seating, so you kind of had something to go off.
And one thing too, you send us to Road Atlanta for first round. It's not an easy track whatsoever. But I'm excited for the next 3 rounds because all bank tracks and bank tracks are my shit. So I'm down for that.
Well, good. Well, you'll be in home base next time.
Yeah,
so
basically.
There you go. You'll be used to that track.
Yeah.
Well, as far as the car, what stuff did you have to do to it to even prep it for ProSpec?
It wasn't really FD legal yet. The series I ran last year, US Drift Circuit, kind of lessened the rules for our series so they can allow people that can't afford a pro car to come drive within reason. Like safety stuff was there, but like we didn't have to have like certain things. Like we had to have a strict rule book here. So I had to do like, the normal like drive shaft loop and like suppression system and some other stuff to be legal safely. And then we also did a lot of improvements, like WiseFab came fully on board now. I've always ran their front kits on my car. I have the WiseFab V3 with the front rack, BMW rack, and it's amazing. It also allows me to run a rear sump pan on my JZ so I don't blow engines. Because front sump on JZ on a normal setup is not a good time. You can blow engines very easily, especially at high horsepower. Then we also run their full rear kit now, and then their WiseFab axles as well. So like having all those products on the car definitely made it unbelievably better. We have a new BC Racing shock on the car now, and it's actually pretty good. I'm pretty stoked on it. We got we're cooled by CSF radiators now, so they just built the new drift, the new drift radiator with the big brushless fans, and it's unbelievable. I don't think the car even touched 200 this weekend. I don't think. Before my front radiator, we would be at like 230 after a battle.
I just put a factory replacement Silverado radiator in my truck.
Yeah.
At miles difference.
I'm sure.
And it's the most basic of a radiator they make, dude. It's incredible. It blew my mind.
Yeah, and then that was a big thing. So we had to like basically, I like some front weight on my car. People don't like that, but I wanted it for quarter balancing. So I got a heavier intercooler, and then I got a smaller fuel cell by New Performance, and then the CSF radiators in the back. So obviously weight is different now, but we kind of balanced it out, and the car was still very light for what we did, which is really good. What else did we do? Oh, well, now we have a brand new RS Garage built Brian Carr CP Carollo 3.4 stroker in the car now, and compared to the 3.0, it is unbelievable. The torque, it's quote unquote free torque without the price tag. But luckily, I'm supported by Brian Crowder, and they have helped me out for years now. And having my engines built by JRS Garage gives me a lot of confidence, and I don't got to worry about anything. And it literally, like, we got it in like a week before the event. We had some complications and some other stuff, but I tested it one time, and I was like, oh man, unbelievable. It's a torque monster everywhere. Like the graph difference is like, it's insane. Like it's just, compared to the 3.0 is hilarious. But we're gonna do some small turbo changes, like upgrading the size from Garrett Motion. So we're gonna do that after this round. Right now it's a G35 1050. They had a few of the new Gen 2s, and they're still perfecting the new series. So we kept the Gen 1, so it performs amazing. But we're gonna go to, I think, whatever next generation they have of the G40 series, I think. I didn't think I needed nitrous, but I think I'd need it now, depending on the track. Maybe not for other tracks. We don't know the layouts yet. I haven't seen anything, but for the keyhole, if I could have stayed in one gear, would have been more ideal. I don't like shifting and drift because of my exact same scenario that happened to me in Top 32 yesterday. If I wouldn't have had the shift, I probably would have won the battle. So it's like, dang it.
But it's more options for problems to happen too.
Yeah. Well, the car, I basically rebuilt the whole entire car. Everything came out, all new stuff, powder coated, refreshed, painted. Everything looks brand new. So I wanted everybody to be impressed here and showcase sponsors properly.
Now, were you already on a link?
No.
No, you weren't.
So
okay.
I've been sponsored by ECU Master for a long time. I had a good relationship with them. Still powered by them by running their PMU, power management unit, their keyboard, all that stuff, all the sensors. But we just had to repin the harness for the link because we have to run link in ProSpec because it's our spec series. So, but the car with that too, we had to do that. We actually had to have our 3.0 engine as a backup. We had to put the harness back in, tune the 3.0 engine on the Link, pull that engine out, put the 3.4 in, then go tune that one to have, if we have a problem, we can just swap it, plug the new tune in, and go. Because if we didn't have that, we would be like, oh, we don't have a tune for it.
So switching over wasn't that complicated, really?
No, not at all. No, it was easy. You just repin it, really. So.
And it works seamlessly?
Yeah,
it's not like there's no hiccups you ran into?
No problems. My tuner's happy with it. Freddie likes the Link, so it's pretty good. But again, it's still powered by ECU Master, and it all works great.
Good.
Yeah.
Going into next round, what are you planning to do for that? Any car changes? Any like
I gotta refresh this dog box. I'll get a new one. This one's an older box, and I don't like the shifter on it. I have an ETG shifter, and most guys have the long shifter, the brand long shifter. And that one, and my other car that I have with a friend, I like the way that one shifts way better. So I'm probably gonna pull that box out of that car, or get a new box and sell the one I have now, so that can be more consistent. I think the shifter on mine, it does not like shifting up and drift. Sometimes the way the shifter's placed with the rod, I think it pisses it off. If it's not perfect, it does what it did to me. But the long shifter is a better linkage, so it goes in nicer. You can set it differently too. This one, I don't have adjustments on mine, so that's the plan we're gonna do. Other than that, I don't think we're gonna do anything. We might do the turbo thing for next round. Once I see the layout, I'll make my decision. But the car is really, really good, and I have thousands of laps in that car with 5 different versions of that car. So,
you mentioned nitrous though earlier. Do you think that'll come?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what the track layouts are, and then we'll see what Freddie wants to do my tuner. And from there on, we'll make the decision.
Yeah.
So I don't want to waste time or spending extra money on things I don't got to do. If I got to do it to be competitive, I'll do it.
Wait, do you know who you'll go against?
The next round, I don't know yet. I don't know if they picked. Well, they picked the number. They might have picked the number last night. They usually do. I don't know if they did it yet. I haven't heard anything yet, but we'll see. I think I'm still in seating, sadly. Maybe I'm not. I got to look. I don't remember. Seating still confuses me. I just drive the car. Like, literally, I've been working in it for many years, and I'm just like, I understand how it works, but also I'm just like, here's the bracket, let's just go. Yeah, I don't fucking care. It's so annoying. That's why I like qualifying. It's simple. You know? Keep it simple, stupid. That's all I always do. The car, program, everything.
Damn straight, son.
So.
You know it. Is there, what are you doing now for a living?
For a living?
Yeah.
So I do fiber optic splicing for my full-time job. I'm my own contractor. I contract with my best friend. So I do fiber splicing, which is like your internet. So all those cables in the air you see, or all the drops to your house, like I splice that in for internet. So we build like government stuff. We build new home stuff for Spectrum down in Florida. And it's really good money. It's on my own schedule. If I got to be off, I can just say I'm not going to work today. If I want to work, I go work. I started that about a year and a half ago. I worked in the field before that building it, and now I splice it. So I have experience doing that, but I keep all that stuff completely separate from the racing because I don't really come out of pocket for this stuff as much as most people do, thankfully, because I wasn't going to come here in FD and do it out of pocket and like bankrupt myself. So I worked pretty hard to like get the partners to make it possible and keep my income and life separate so I don't mess that up. Because I did that before and learned my lesson hard, and I did not want to do that, and I've seen many people do it. But hey, if I had the money to come out of pocket and I have to do all the responsibilities, I would do it. Well, I'd probably still both. But I enjoy the content. I enjoy working with partners. I enjoy all that. But it is a lot of work, and it's a lot of time.
You have to enjoy it. There's no other way.
Oh yeah, I love it. I do love it. I like developing. I like working with companies. I like making them happy. I love branding. Like, got my whole new pit set up down there, and it looks so sick. And like, I was almost more excited to come today to just stare at my pit space and drive. Like, I love that stuff. So I'm pretty happy with my presence and everything. So
that's awesome, dude. It's good to hear. Well, are you doing the grid life stuff?
No.
Okay.
I'm really focusing on this year. Maybe next year, because I have a whole other car.
I didn't know if you were doing the grid life
here.
laps here.
No, I'm not. I don't want to hurt the transmission even more than it already is.
Yeah.
Because then it gets really expensive. Right now, it's just a shift fork, maybe a dog ring or two. But if you keep driving it like that, you're just going to toast more stuff, make it worse, and I don't want to deal with that right now. So, but the car's on display and it looks different partners, so that's all that matters.
Awesome. It's good to hear you got budget and stuff.
Yeah.
I hear so many drivers complain about that, and they're not good at getting the partners, and that's crazy.
It's a game, and the biggest thing I've learned, even before being here, is the relationship part. You can say you can do all these deliverables, which is a part of it, of course, but it's really the relationship and getting to know the person that you're working with at that company or whatever. And that's why I found the success in getting partners and just being real with them and asking them what they want. You got to ask them what they want. You could do whatever you want in deliverables, but if it's not what they want, they're not going to be happy, and then they just ghost you.
Do you feel like asking what they want directly ever helps them?
Oh yeah, 100%. So for example, if I ask a partner and I say, hey, what are you looking for this year? What do you want out of me? Was there anything specifically you want me to do? And if they go, nope, you're doing great. Cool, just keep doing your thing. I go, okay, I'll keep doing that. As simple as that. If there's something they actually want or they need and they communicate it with you and you do it, cool. Or if you come up with an idea, which I do all the time, and they like it and you do it, cool. If you just keep your promises and build relationships, it will come to you. This market is very saturated, and I've already had a few problems with a few sponsors this year from other partners. Well, my partners work with other people, and the people don't do their jobs, and then we get screwed because we did our job, but now we're getting not what we were told because people messed up and they changed their budget, or they get a new owner of a company or a COO, whatever you want to call it. And then it delays things, it hurts budget, it hurts everything. And that's what makes me upset, because it's like, man, I did my job, but now I got to deal with this, and now I don't have certain things here at my pit that I really need.
Yeah, you're getting screwed over someone that has
whatever.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah. But also, I always try to preach to a lot of people too, is like, oh, it's not people, like companies, like, they'll complain to me about somebody or something. And I'm like, well, did you communicate to them that you want that done? And they go, no. And I'm like,
well, I wouldn't have known either.
Why are you mad then? So I tell them, I'm like, if you want specific stuff done, if you want to see what you're paying for or whatever you want to call it, you need to give them a list and give them due dates and be strict and go, here, you guys got to have this stuff done for us by this time, this date, and we want this. And then there could be like, you know, a fill in the blank section. Okay, beginning of the year, we want this many posts or this many things. And then, hey, we're going to give this time of the year to do what you want to do. And I've told them that, and they go, man, we didn't think about that. And then it works. So that's why I've strived, I think, a lot this past year with communicating and like just asking what they want and giving them what they want. And if you do your job, you quote unquote get paid. At a normal job, if you don't do your job, you get fired and you don't get paid, so you're done. So I treated it the same way.
What's your advice to the people to put themselves in the rooms to have those conversations if they don't know anyone? Be
normal. Try not to be nervous. Have a proper presence, have a proper confidence. Like if you go to trade shows like SEMA or PRI or even just emails, just present yourself properly. And, you know, say you get an email back, they go, hey, we'll give you 20% off. Let's start here. This is just an example. And yeah, sure. Okay, we'll try that. Even though it's like, man, 20% off, 10% off. Oh my God. Half my partners started that way. And now 6-7 years later, we have a program.
Yep.
So it just takes time. Don't expect it to just come to you. Does it come to some people? 100%. But again, it depends on the person, who you are, and what you do. So just get the process going is what I always recommend, and take what you can get, but prove yourself to those people that you're worth what they're giving you, and then more as time goes.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Would you say SEMA or PRI is better for that?
So I go to both, but I use each of them for different things. So some partners that are on the West Coast only go to SEMA, and then some that are in the Midwest or East Coast go to PRI, some go to both. But more interactional for racing, of course, is 100% PRI. And I lock some things in at SEMA, I lock some things in at PRI. I think they're great for both. But again, the biggest thing is literally just showing presence at both. I find more deals on accident than going up to people. Like literally walking through, oh, hey, what's up? Stop and have a conversation, and then deals happen on accident. Literally. I'm sure you've experienced it.
That's the majority of mine, yeah.
Literally. Or at the bar, at dinner, or whatever, or messing around, or...
The reason I asked that is because I genuinely, PRI, yeah, you get more conversations in there. SEMA, dude, I virtually don't get shit from SEMA.
No.
Like, I go and make connections with other creators and other drivers.
Sure.
That's about all I get.
Yeah,
PRI,
for sure.
dude, I make meetings.
100%.
SEMA, I'll schedule meetings for PRI.
Yes. Yeah,
that's about it. But yeah, that's why I was curious, like, if it works, or what your opinion or perspective
again, just
is.
showing the face. Like, I'd rather talk to a partner or somebody face-to-face than a stupid email or phone call. I hate it. Like, face-to-face, I've locked in a lot of good stuff. I've locked in a lot of good stuff on the phone, too. Or even just emails. But, like, my initial thing, for example, in an email, I'll just send, like, the initial thing, right? And then I'm like, hey, if you're interested, like email me back as let's jump on a call. Let's get on the phone. I don't want to talk to you over email back and forth.
Yeah.
Or even FaceTime or Zoom, whatever. I'd rather do that. I'd rather show the presence because it's way easier and they can see the kind of person you are. You can't tell who a person is over email.
No.
So
no, not at all.
You can't really show personality.
It's even hard on a phone call.
And then AI
sometimes.
now, you can AI the message and send it and they look stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dash marks, and I've seen that before. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it's just presence and carrying yourself and making sure you can drive and making sure you can deliver.
Yep. Half of mine have come from completely outside, just having normal conversations.
Yeah.
Half the time, I don't even know who the fuck I'm talking to sometimes.
Yeah.
And they finally say it, and I'm like, oh wait
man.
a second.
Hold on.
I know you.
And then, like, even last year, one of the big partners, I was like, hey, can we just meet for a few minutes? Like, yeah. I was like, hey, well, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I don't want anything from you. I just want to start a relationship with you. That's all I want. He's like, well, we already got a relationship. What do you need? And I'm like, well, okay. Then they go, well, do you need this? And I'm like, yep. And he goes, done. And then simple as that.
Makes you realize how many times you've shot yourself in the foot, probably, too.
100%. But luckily, I really haven't had bad luck now that I think about it. I've had a few ones.
Not bad luck, but like, just like you could have gotten more than what you asked for.
But the thing is, like, never go up to somebody and just ask for something. Like, I need this. Like, be like, hey, I love to start a relationship.
Yeah,
no,
it's always to help. It's always an exchange. It's always all of that. Yeah, 100%.
And I get mad. There was somebody a few years ago that was posting stuff like, "Don't rely on sponsors to go pro racing," and it's like, brother, if there was not sponsors, more than half this field would not be here. 100% would not be here. Gone. Formula Drift wouldn't be here if they didn't have sponsors. So I don't want to hear none of that. And I don't care what level you are. Every person here should have partners on their car. But if they don't, it's their own fault.
No. Well, I'll say one of the best ones to see is Injuku.
Yes.
It's really cool to see.
Yeah, Injuku, I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for Injuku. They're in my hometown shop in Claremont, where I grew up, small town outside of Orlando. I literally been there my whole life, and I was in that shop when I was like 14, hanging out with people there, seeing Kevin Lawrence and Nate Hamilton and all them just, doing the thing. And I was like, man, one day if I'm here, that'd be really cool. And it, funny enough, happened. And now I'm representing my hometown shop in Formula Drift, doing my best. It's amazing. So I'm awesome, really stoked.
Yeah, they told me that the year they went on with you, they were going to jump in heavy on competition again.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
Well, it's how you stay relevant.
Hey, dude, look at all these fucking cars on the Injuku on it.
Yeah, so there's me, Hero, Shanahan, Masayama. Four cars. Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't even know Shanahan was going to be on Injuku, and I was like, oh, no way. We're basically teammates. That's sick. That's crazy. It's literally crazy. It's honestly a huge honor.
And they helped a lot on prepping the car, too, right?
Yeah. So Eric, he actually just walked by. Their main fab guy who develops all the parts there and stuff like that. I asked, in like this year's deal, I was like, hey, like, funding's great, but like I'm gonna need some help getting the car ready because I don't do fab work. I can do everything but fab work and wiring. I can have a vision and go, hey, I want to do this, and then Eric kind of did his thing and made everything great, and the car has worked.
That's so
perfectly.
Epic to have.
And it's a big blessing, and having all that opportunity is it's amazing. It's endless. So I'm super stoked.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and I think it fits the brand well.
Yep.
And all that. Is there any company that like would be a dream partner to have?
Red Bull.
Well, I think that's a go for.
I love my Red Bull, but I know if these guys can't get it, I'm not gonna get it until maybe 20 years. I don't know. Maybe
mine's
one day.
Nos. Look, I know y'all jumped out of drifting.
Yeah.
But like kind of officially got back into drifting with the mansion. That was a little weird.
Yeah, that whole thing happened. But
I'm addicted to your drinks, so.
Yeah. No, yeah, same. Unfortunately, I gotta have a little bit of caffeine. I'm down to represent anybody if I believe in the brand and it's good. As in a part, it works well, or a drink that tastes good. But yeah, I mean, definitely Red Bull. I would love to have a company that's outside of drifting, but it's also kind of hard. But you just gotta attack it correctly. But I mean, even a few companies this year, it's super hard. They're super corporate, getting the contracts in order, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh hey, was this the right address? And I'm like, no. Where'd you get that one from? And it took 4 weeks later.
Probably the other 30 mats that we have in the system.
Literally. But it ended up getting here basically right on time, so
Well, good deal,
Pretty
dude.
good. Yeah.
Well, I'm stoked for you this
Thank
season.
you.
I hope
Appreciate
you do great.
Yeah.
I know you've got a good head on your shoulders and a good program behind you.
And thanks for doing podcasts. We need more podcasts. I eat my long drives.
Absolutely. You're always welcome on. You know that.
No, I just want, like, I love podcasts. Now there's a few that are on there, and like, you're one of the biggest ones. So, like, keep doing it, please.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I will do my best.
Yes, you're doing great.
Well, is there anyone you want to shout out that we missed?
All my partners, of course, Injuku, and then J-Replace, BC Racing, Kansai Wheels, Brian Carr, CP Kula, RS Garage, Paragon, ACL, Moza, Racing, Simulator stuff, like everyone. It's been a crazy journey to be here. We're finally here doing our thing, and hopefully next round goes a lot better. But it was not a failure of a round for me, but I made a good presence, and that was the goal. And then Connecticut, we're going to throw down. So I'm excited.
Dude, you mentioned Kansai's. I got to pull this up.
Yeah. That thing is sick. How did you get, did you have that made? Did you have that made, or is that them? That's them?
Made it.
Oh, okay.
They haven't ordered.
They can just say that. They say that. They need to sell that for
I get
sure.
more questions about that thing than anything at booth.
Yeah. And we did custom
mic's not
Kansais
even
on the
on me,
car
my
this year. We did a custom powder coated Blizzard Pearl white tandems on the car, and it fixed the kit and livery perfect. So I was going to do chrome, but it just didn't work out with the brand this year. So maybe next year we'll figure out a chrome thing going on. We'll see.
Got some chrome on it,
Kansai was, maybe next year. Kansai was one of my first partners ever on my program when I first started.
They have by far been one of the most amazing companies to work with.
Chris is amazing. He only asks me for so little, but I always try to give more back to him every time. That's any partner, but especially people that I really like working with. And they're easy. And it's a breeze. So
dude, I literally texted him yesterday a picture of like the setup and stuff. I was like, as soon as you get those rugs in, you let me know. Because I've got to sell them.
100%.
Everyone keeps asking, man.
Even the normal square ones with the branding, I had that in front of the tent, and it just looks so good. But
they're like actual industrial rugs, too.
They're tough.
Yeah.
I put one in my home garage, too. Right before the house.
I want one under the car.
Yeah.
So you never have to put anything else
if
under
they
there.
make car mats, like pit mats,
yeah,
that would be a really good thing, I think.
All right, we need to stop spitballing so people don't take it.
We call Chris.
Don't take the ideas.
Go, Chris, get this thing patented right now.
I told him to do one. Actually, bleep that out.
Oh, that would be really good.
Okay. So, hopefully he'll do it. But anyways, did you sign yourself out? Your own stuff?
Yes, sponsors. I did. Yes, I did do that.
Okay. What about your socials?
Oh, at Matt Shulman with 4 N's on Instagram, and on YouTube it's just Matt Shulman. It's SHULMAN, no C, no damn C. SHULMAN. And then Matt. You can't spell Matt. You should go back to school.
Sweet. Well, hell yeah. All that stuff will be in the description too, so you can check it out. But yeah, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking time, and I guess go enjoy the rest of the event.
All right. Well, I'm gonna chill.
Hell yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Sweet.